Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best, and I got my 3 trucks that I have here at this home outside for just a few minutes. It's been a while since I've started them, especially these two, the 84 Chevy C10 truck and the 78 Chevy C10 truck. Billy James, I have names for all of them. The one in the middle, the 66, its name is Almond Joy. Y'all picked these names for this one. These two already had names. These two trucks had owners that I'm going by their names or the names they were called. Left Turn Bill was a real person. I'm not going to tell you his real last name, of course, but he always had the left turn signal on. And Billy James is a real person. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Left Turn Bill have passed away, and this truck was auctioned off. This one belonged to Billy James, and that's another story in itself. I know y'all's heard this a bunch. The 66, y'all picked that name. If you're a subscriber to my channel, Primer is Best, I try to involve y'all in everything that we do on this channel. Name selections, what would you do if you had this or had that or whatever. But I was going to talk to you for just a minute. Okay, I don't know how to describe this just right where you understand what I'm talking about, but I know I've mentioned in lots of videos, if you've been watching my channel for a while, but like for instance, on these square bodies, I'm 67, okay? I was born in 1957, and I'm 67 years old, and I've had quite a few cars and trucks, lots over my lifetime. And I know I've told y'all this before, but I have walked by. Oh, let me tell you this. If you see the hood's open, it's because I have a little rock to keep the hood from shutting so I can disconnect the batteries. These two came from the backyard at my garage in the backyard, and this one comes from the garage over there. Anyway, my point is, it just kind of occurred to me, when did these trucks start becoming popular? You know, square bodies, or even this 66, for example. The reason I say that is, like I said, I just told you my age. I'm 67. I used to walk by these square bodies all day long. Drove them as work trucks at places I've worked at, you know, for shop truck, work truck, you know. And my dad at the time, when he was alive in 73, in the year 1973, he bought it for his company he worked for. He bought a brand new 1973 Chevy truck. And I got to drive, I don't know why, but in the summer months I got to work where he worked at in the summer months. And for some reason I had to drive that shop truck, you know, work truck, belonged to the company. I had to drive that truck somewhere, but I can't remember where it was at now. I mean, it was practically brand new. And I never thought nothing about that, you know. Of course, you know, I liked it. But I just never did think of, you know, well, hey, I just might want to try to get this thing one of these days, you know, it might be worth something. I never, ever thought it. I have walked by these trucks, you know, and never took a second gander, never looked at anything. You know, I just walked right by them, drove them, seen them, you know, beat up and all that kind of stuff, and I just never did. I never did have one inkling of ever, you know, me trying to get one. First of all, I was poor as dirt, couldn't afford to get a square body anyway, even if I wanted to. I've always had mediocre. I've always had jobs that was required physical activity, nothing brain work. So, I mean, you know, I just never did. I shouldn't say that. I guess I have during my life, but not very much. But anyway, I mean, I just never thought nothing about it. And, you know, when this was doing 66, well, I was 9 years old. And, you know, I was 9 years old in 66. And if I seen one of these, when the square bodies came out and stuff, I mean, I never looked at these either. I never did. I just never did. And if you seen one, like in 1973, and you seen one of these on the road with a few scars, a few dents, a few scrapes here and there, you thought, well, those folks are poor. Or I did, I thought, well, they don't want to get a new one, they can't afford a new one, whatever. And me being in the same boat now, remember, I'm not begrudging anybody, but that was my mindset. I was 9 years old, okay? My grandparents had a 53 Chevy car, Bel Air car, 4-door, brown with a white top, 3-speed on the column, just like this truck is. And I just never thought nothing about it, They never did have much money. My grandparents didn't. I mean, they were, living week to week on a farm, and that's all they could afford. And I mean, I knew they didn't have much money. Let me say this real quick. I'm not making fun of anybody that doesn't have much money. I have been down that road where I didn't have 2 nickels, 2 pennies to rub together. I was that broke. Worked all week, paid my bills, and I'd go around town in my old car or old truck and go pay my bills, and at the bank or whoever, credit union, whatever I had a loan at, and I'd go back home and just try to look and see how much was in my wallet, and a lot of times there wasn't nothing left, $1 or $2 be it, but I was kind of stretched to the limit. But anyway, there comes a point in your life, I guess, I don't know, or an awakening. I'm not really sure what you'd call it, but there just comes a point that, hey, these trucks are worth fixing. When does that point get here? And I've asked myself that, especially, I guess today. I was looking, I seen a square body at the store my wife and I went to. Seen a square body there, and in the parking lot, and there's a 4-wheel drive, and I thought, I told my wife, Mrs. PIB, I said, that's a good looking truck. I mean, it needed work, but it was a 4-wheel drive square body truck. And I mean, when did this all happen? I mean, it just all of a sudden, if I see a square body, I'll break my neck. I'm just exaggerating, but I mean, I'll twist my neck to look at it. Like I've said before, if there's a pretty woman over here, or a square body, or a 66, or a 50 something, I'm all in. I mean, forget the woman. I'm all in for, hey, let's look at that truck. Let's look at that car. That's just like 55 Chevy cars. Bel Airs, 2-door post, 210s, whatever. Back in the day, they were everywhere. I mean, you can watch old movie clips and stuff of TV shows and stuff. Those things were everywhere. Nobody thought nothing about it. And all of a sudden, I don't know when. I mean, it's just like poof. 55s are worth good grief, they're worth a ton now, ton of money. Same as like a 67, 8, or 9 Camaro, or a Cuda, or a Mustang. At the time when I was growing up, them cars was everywhere. Nobody thought nothing about it. I mean, you see them at the junkyard. Nobody wanted them. I mean, go get you a new one. Everything at that point in time was new. Go get you a new one. I would run and go look at, if my neighbor's got a new car or new truck. Man, I was all over it. I'd ask them, would they mind if I looked at it? And I'd ride my bicycle and park it and run around it looking at it. And I do that several times a day just because I'm a nut. I'm a nut. But when did this craze of fixing up an old car or an old truck come into play? I mean, I'm asking myself that, and I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. It's unbelievable. But now, I mean, in my mind, and I don't mean to bore you to death, I'm just saying, have you ever asked yourself that? When did this come into play where square bodies are real popular. In my opinion, square bodies are a good investment. If you can get one, matter of fact, my wife and I went to Captain D's. It's a little fish restaurant. They have Senior Citizen Day. And as I said, I'm 67. So we went to go eat there, you know, a senior citizen meal while we was out running errands today. And yeah, I seen an old friend of mine, and his son is working on a 70 or 71 Ford Bronco. And it needs lots of work, but I mean, from what he was telling me, it was pretty much junk. And now it's worth fixing. I mean, I don't understand it. Now, if I had a 2007, say for example, now I'm not making fun of anybody, 2007, I don't know, Pontiac or Kia or something, if it was wrecked or, you know, needed a new fender or something, most of the time, nobody's going to want to fix that. You know, nobody wants that, you know, today. But now, I was telling my buddy at the Captain D's, I said, you know, I said that Bronco is a good investment. I mean, those things bring oodlings of money. You can watch Barrett Jackson or Meekum Auctions and kind of get a feel for what, you know, folks are interested in. But, you know, my point is, when did it become so popular? And like I said, I'm 67, like a 55 Chevy. Do you think a teenager this day and time is going to want a 55 Chevy car? You might find maybe a handful. The rest of them is going to want Acuras or Hondas or, you know, something like that. I mean, I'll roll this window down a little, let it air out just a little. But I don't know. I mean, it's just buffaloes me. I mean, I just don't understand it. And I'll tell you something else, that, you know, some folks might agree or they might not agree with me, and that's okay. We all have an opinion, right? We all have tastes in what we would like to see a car or truck look like. Okay, say, we'll take this one. I'm standing close to it. We'll say this one. Now this one is a 66 Chevy C10 truck, and it's sitting on a 72 C10 truck frame. It was that way when I got it. And, you know, it needed tons of work, metal work, and all this stuff. And all this stuff was not on this truck. And, you know, a lot of folks have, you know, and I'm into patina. You know, I rattle can painted all these trucks. When you're looking at it, if you're new to this channel, Primer is Best, you know, I've done all this. Rattle can painted the whole truck, top, bottom. Yeah, when I say bottom, even under here, I've rattle can painted it. And you know, some folks say, you know, why didn't you fix it back original? You know, well, heck, I couldn't afford to fix it back original. I mean, it's you know, already got a different frame on it. You know, it's got a 92 Chevy truck motor in it, and you know, it just, heck, I mean, it was just too far going the other way for me. I mean, yeah, if I was Richard Rawlings or something, or just like this truck right here, Left Turn Bill. This truck is, I mean, it was born a 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column, no power, nothing. You got an AM radio, which has been converted to AM FM. You had an AM radio, a heater, the shifter for the 3-speed, and a 6-cylinder motor, and that was it. Had a rubber mat that was gone. This seat, this is not the original seat. This is a junkyard seat. This seat was down to here. I mean, all the foam was gone. Left Turn Bill, as I've said before, was, I think, was a bigger man. And, you know, the seat was just watered out, gone. They drove the wheels off this thing. This has been a farm truck its whole life. And see, there you go again. You know, he bought this brand new in '84, and nobody thought nothing about this kind of stuff. Nothing. I mean, they just drove it and drove it and drove it until it was just just on the deathbed. This truck was just on the deathbed. I mean, ready to be junked, or you know, get a few parts off of it and go on. It's now got a 354 speed in it, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, where does my I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But when did these trucks, or 55 Chevy, or 57 Chevy, 58 Chevy, 59 Chevy, you know, car or truck or whatever, I mean, just about any of them now, I don't know when, what part of the day or what year or what, trying to get out of the sun, man, it's hot. But when did things change where all of a sudden square bodies are worth a lot of money? 66s are worth a lot of money. I mean, this body style, this is the first time I've ever had one of these. And, you know, I don't know. And, you know, like this one right here, this one didn't have a motor or transmission when I got it. It's got a 350 in it now with a 400 turbo. And, you know, I'd still like to fix the AC on it sometime if I get further ahead. But that's like that's that rock, if you're wondering. Like I said, I disconnect my batteries when they're in the garage. But like, you know, people say, well, why don't you put, you know, why don't you put the steel wheels with the, you know, with the dog dish hubcap or something on it? You know, why do you lower them? All that kind of stuff, you know. And it begs the question, you know, well, I'll just be honest with you. It's easier for me to sell this if it's already lowered, if it's got some 20-inch wheels on it. You know, people ask me those questions, you know, in comments. You know, I'm on Facebook, Primer is Best, Instagram, Primer is Best. Of course, you're watching YouTube, Primer is Best. And you know, this took 7 or 8 trucks to make this one. This is a pieced together truck. That's a pieced together truck from different trucks to make this one. This one was all together, but man, a lot of it had to have a lot of metal work done from working on the farm. I mean, just cow manure all up and under it. But, you know, I just wonder, it just buffaloes me. Like I said, will a teenager this day and time, 19 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old, whatever, anybody's 35 or younger to me is a teenager, because I'm 67. You know, I'm just. But when did this craze start? And you know, I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't know. I'm asking myself. I thought, Jimmy, how did you get involved in this? I mean, I've always had 62 Chevy Impalas, Impala Super Sports. I was into 62s. Period. 1962 Chevys. If I seen one, I was buying it. If I seen parts for one, I was buying it. I've had wagons, Super Sports, 4 doors, Biscaynes, Bel Airs. I mean, I've had them all, 62s. I've had all together, including the ones that were running, I'll say I had 15 or 16. And I don't know, I just like 62 Chevy cars. I always have. I like 61s. I like them all, but I've always been a car and truck kind of guy. But you know, I guess I'm just saying, do y'all think this trend of these trucks is going to keep going up or not? Or do you think it's going to come a time where something else, you know, I have a cat-eye truck, for example, a 2003 cat-eye truck. People fix those up. But I still don't think they are as popular as a square body or a 66. I mean, I don't think so. But when in the world, like I said, if you was a young person today, would you go buy a 55 Chevy Bel Air car, you know, LS swapped, or let's just say with a 265 in it with a power glide? Would you buy that, or would you be looking at an Acura or a Mustang, or you know, a new model Mustang, new model Camaro? I don't know. It's just, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. It's just to me, it's a phenomenon that it's all this stuff has just took off. I'm just in amazement that I have these and these trucks, you know, the square bodies especially, and thinking to myself, I've walked by hundreds of thousands of these things and never thought one thing about it, not one thing. And here I am. You know, I've had bunches of square bodies, bunches of them. You know, and they normally go to new homes. You know, people will say, well, how much do you want for this or this or this, you know, just in the comments or on, you know, Facebook, whatever. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I truly do. See, like this truck has the 15x8 truck rallies on it. Well, here I have. I went and bought these wheels for it. That's what's flapping in the wind over here. American Racing 20-inch wheels, same as what's on these. And I'm going to put them on here, I guess. I don't know. My wife and I are still discussing that. Mrs. PIB, she's I mean, I'm in no hurry whatsoever to put them on, but I stopped and talked to a guy today about maybe getting some front end alignments done on this one. Probably all three, I guess. I don't know. I need to look and see which ones I've already had front end alignments done on, but anyway, I just thought it's a dumb video, I know it is, but if you're a guy like me and you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that stupid things come and I laugh at my own stuff. Stupid things come out of my mouth all the time. But anyway, my wife is not here for the moment. She's went walking with her friends and she's going to be back in a few minutes. But I hadn't drove these in a while, and I thought if you didn't care to ride with me just for a minute, just to move the juices around in it a little bit before my wife and I go do something else here later on this evening, I'd appreciate you riding with me. Let's go on this one first. This 78 Chevy C10 truck, Billy James. Now, Billy James was a NASCAR driver for Dale Earnhardt when he was alive. He drove for Dale Earnhardt. And let's see, I set this right here. I'm just going to go real slow, guys, because I got stuff in here. I don't want it to blow out. Let me put my seatbelt on, okay? Alright, now it's still cold. All I done was move it from the backyard to the front. I'm just going to go real slow. I need to put up all this before my wife gets home, or she's not going to have a place to park, bless her heart. She's married a guy that's somewhat of a nut, I guess. But it's took like seven to 8 trucks to do this truck. I mean, I just found pieces on the marketplace. And let's see, marketplace, Craigslist, you know, through friends, junkyard, you know, to piece this one back together. Billy James, like I said, was a NASCAR driver, and he drove this truck and got in trouble with the law a lot, and he just drove the wheels off of it, and like I've told y'all before, he'd jump ditches. When the law got too close, he'd jump ditches, go through cornfields, go through the woods, whatever. And when I got this truck, it was headed for the junkyard, but it had a title and it was on the back of a trailer, and I bought the truck, and it's a good truck. Now, like I said, I'd still like to fix the AC on it and all that stuff. I bought a wrecked C10 truck. There was no fixing it. Otherwise, I'd have fixed it. But the frame was bent and everything. It was just totally messed up. But the seat, the carpet, the dash, and everything come from the wrecked truck. This truck was originally white on the outside with blue insides, believe it or not, but it's now white and red. And you know, I don't think that hurts the value of it too much, honestly. I don't. I'm just going real slow, guys, because there's kids in this neighborhood and there's also law enforcement that live in this neighborhood too. I had one of them come up and visit me the other day just looking at the trucks. So we're just all friends. I'll go around once more, but like I said, I'm going to try to hurry up and get everything put up before my wife gets home, so she'll have a place to park. We got some more things to do anyway, but I thought, well, it's a beautiful day, and I thought, well, I'll get them out and run them for just a moment. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, even, okay, now this is a round headlight truck. This one is, as you've seen. And the 84 left turn Bill is a square head body. I'm sorry. See how I get? It's a square headlight truck. So, which one, in your opinion, do you like better? This all goes into play as, you know, like what kind of car or truck do you like the best? If you was going to spend the money, which one would you rather have, a round headlight truck or a square headlight truck? And which one do you think is worth more, a round headlight or square headlight? And I'm not doing this for to make money or anything like that. I'm not. I generally, if I can break even selling the truck, then I feel like I've done pretty good. But you know, I just do it because I just love these old trucks. And could I have bought a truck already fixed up for what I got in this? Oh my goodness, yes, I sure could. But I don't know, what fun would that be? And this one would be, I guarantee you this would have been squashed by now. Guys, I'm gonna put this in the backyard. Would you hang on for just a minute? I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, I put Billy James up. I had to back it up and stuff, and I really need to pay attention when I'm doing that. That's a good running old truck, old Billy James is. My wife will be parking right here, so let's move this one. Left turn Bill. I've already took the rock out of it, as you've seen. But you know what I was thinking? I think I started liking these trucks. I'm one of those kind of guys, like I said, I just kind of, I look around for stuff that I can maybe still get parts for. And I kind of remembered why I started getting square body stuff, because at the time you could go to the junkyard. You could, back in not so long ago, and you could actually, I hope this will stay. I'll set this right here. I'm just going to have to go real slow, guys. I hope you don't mind riding with me. But anyway, I could go to the junkyard, and sometimes, with a little luck, find a part for a square body. Hang on, guys. Oh, okay. This one's cold too. I'm just running it around for just a moment before my wife gets back. But I've always been one of those kind of guys that, you know, if I can get a part at the junkyard and it's still good, or especially a body part or something, or interior piece, I'll get it. Just because sooner or later I might have to have it. Guys, I'm gonna have to go really, really slow, okay? So just bear with me. Hopefully you like riding with me, I hope. This is a 4-speed, so I hope that plastic, I'm looking at the plastic in the rearview mirror and it's blowing up. I'm just gonna have to go real slow, guys. Hopefully it won't blow off. I got a broom that I use to knock spiders down and stuff, and that, of course, you seen me put that rock up there. But you know, used to, I was into 55, 56, 57, you know, Chevy and GMC trucks. I've had them too. I was really big time into them, as much as I was into 62 Chevys. Oh, I hope that don't blow off. That's probably a dumb move. Anyway, I kind of got out of that. I couldn't find none at the junkyard no more. I couldn't. I mean, everything was, and if you did, everything was picked over, completely picked over. So then I got into 67 through 72 Chevy and GMC trucks, and those are good to have too. I mean, all this stuff I'm mentioning, guys, are a good investment. I mean, I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, why do you want? And every truck, just about 98% of the trucks I get are trucks that nobody else wants. You know, junk, going to scrap, found in the woods. Man, I don't know how that guy beat me over here, but he sure did. Of course, I'm driving real slow. I'll wait for this truck to go by. Hopefully that plastic won't blow out. I don't want to blow out in front of him. So, but yeah, just trying to find a part at the junkyard is getting to be a real challenge. And that's what I always went for, stuff that I could find at the junkyard. Then I got into square bodies. I could find square body parts, and you maybe still can, but here lately anymore, anytime you go to the junkyard and there's a square body there, it is picked over, totally picked over. Like it's like a bunch of vultures jumped on it and just got every part off of it they could get. But if you get a chance to get a square body truck, or any of the other trucks that I mentioned, you know, like 67, I'm still in first. Get it. I mean, try to do something with it. You know, if it's not running, get it up and running. I mean, they're a good investment, truly. I mean, now there's people that might argue with me, and I'm not arguing about anything. I'm just telling you about my opinion. And if you're interested in, you know, doing it, I mean, I've been doing this practically all my life, you know, but mostly with 62 Chevy Impalas and Bel Airs and stuff. So I'm keep looking in the rearview mirror, make sure my plastic's still up there. I don't know why I didn't take it off, but whatever. Anyway, they're a good investment. Now, some people have other hobbies, investments, whatever. I mean, but got it in third, but dadgummit, I better slow down, huh? Anyway, I try to do things that if I have to sell something, say like I had to sell this truck, I'm going to get something for it, something, you know, instead of and look at all the fun I've had. I'm going to get something for it, and also I'm going to, you know, it's not like I'm out doing drugs or drinking beer or, you know, blah blah blah. You know how people get habits like that are not good habits. Does that make sense? I'm gonna put this up, guys, in the backyard. Guess I should put it in first. Man, I like this truck. My wife drove this truck and she peeled out in it, and I think she fell in love with it too. This is a good running old truck. But I'm going to have to concentrate on parking this thing. I don't want to hit any of my parts or anything. So hang on, guys. Okay, guys, I got them both put up. It didn't hit nothing. That's always a blessing, isn't it? But the guy, I'm going to tell you, the guy I was talking to at the Captain D's, he's a friend of mine. Remember I told you his son had a Bronco and stuff, and I was telling him what a great investment that his son made doing a Bronco, even if he doesn't have much time to fool with it. But even the square bodies, you know, are good investments, and that's what I was trying to tell him. He said, "What kind of old trucks you working on?" And I said, "Well," I've been I didn't shut that good, guys. Hang on. Okay, I got it latched, but we was just talking about, he likes old cars and old trucks too. He's kind of helping his son with that Bronco, you know, when he can. But I was telling him, I said, even if you don't do nothing with it, I mean, as long as you kind of keep it up, you know, like in the dry, all that kind of stuff. Hey, now this is a 3-speed on the column. I might have a little trouble talking to y'all, and I don't have it in reverse, of course. It's in first. I'm just driving them around to loosen up everything just a little bit. And that was my wife that just called me, and she's on her way home. So I'm glad I got started putting things up when I did. But if you don't get nothing else out of this video, just ask yourself, when did you start liking square bodies? When did you start liking this body style, or 49 Chevy cars or trucks, you know? When did it happen to you? Because there was a time nobody gave two hoots about them. Nobody did. And it begs to, you know, like I said, the question is, do you think this bubble is going to burst? Do you think our time with these trucks or cars, whatever you have in your driveway, you know, do you think there's going to come a time they won't be worth nothing? I mean, nobody's going to want them. I don't know. I don't know. You know, OBS trucks are worth a lot of money, you know, but I still don't think they're worth as much as, say, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't think they're worth as much as a square body. I don't think. But if a person had a chance to get a real nice OBS truck, you know, with air and all that other stuff, I would suggest doing it. You know, get you a good one, a good color. You know, the AC works. You know, and if it doesn't work, you know, get the best that you can afford to get. I mean, that's my advice to you, if you are even interested in hearing it. But you know, like I said, the reason I get stuff like what I had that has to be pieced together, or they're junk. Well, I mean, they're junk. I mean, let's be real. Most of the stuff I get's junk, at least in the beginning. But you know, I can get them if you can find them. If I get one like that, I try to, you know, I save up for it. My wife and I do. We'll save up for stuff, and you know, I'll order it and get it. And then you know, I'll have my friends Tim Dixon at Gas X Chop Shop or GM Tim 38 on YouTube to help me put it together, because they're a lot smarter than I am. I'll just be honest with you. GM Tim 38 is on YouTube. I'll try to remember to leave a link at the bottom of this video. You can check out some of the stuff that he's worked on for me. You'll see my trucks over there, Tim Dixon's trucks over there. Tim is a metal fabricator, expert, superb welder, and both these guys are like my best friends. But anyway, my point is, get you a body style that you like, that you're not going to get tired of. Get out there and fool with it a little bit. Just pick at it, pick at it, pick at it. Over and over and over, just pick at it. Oh, my wife's not home. She's home already. Well, I was wanting to have everything put up. But yeah, get you one that you can afford, the best one you can, and start from there. Start from there. If it needs something, go to your local junkyards. You might find some OBS stuff. Or, you know, I'm just using that for an example. It can be a Mercury, whatever you're into. But, you know, just do Just get the very best one you can, guys, and enjoy this hobby, because it's not a bad. There are worse investments, you know, to have worse things to be addicted to. I don't want to call this an addiction. It's really just a hobby to me. And you know, if you can find something to keep you occupied, and like these old trucks, once they get to our house, I can stay home, paint them, clean them, do whatever I want to with them, change the appearance. And like I said, I rattle can everything. I can change the whole color. I don't know what this truck was originally colored. It was pieced together, different colors, orange, red, black, teal green. The cab was teal green. I mean, it was just all, but we decided to go with this color. So anyway, this is, my point is, you know, there's women that like to do this kind of stuff too. But get you a hobby like this. It's not a bad investment. It gives you something to do. You can hang out with your friends, and just save up. Like these wheels. A lot of people say, well, what'd you put those wheels on for? What'd you get? Why did you lower the truck? Why didn't you put a 6-cylinder back in it, or blah 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 blah? Well, like I said, keep in mind, if my wife and I decided we needed to sell something, I can sell this truck. Say, hey, she's on the phone. I think that's her brother's voice. He lives in California. My wife is originally from California, San Bernardino. But yeah, I'm just trying to tell you, this is not a bad hobby. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of thumbs up. Even this old truck, even this old truck, this old beat up, scarred up from weld repairs from Tim Dixon. It's got all kinds of weld scars, and nicks, bruises. I mean, it's just, Tim knocked a big dent out right there for me. See, he tack welded it too. I mean, this is all beat in. But if you can just get an old truck like this, say like, and just invest a little bit of time and money. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost money, but it comes to a point that it's not costing you any more money. You don't have a truck payment, and just if you just kind of pick at it, you know what I mean. My wife and I do things on the cheap in order to have money to put into stuff like this. Now y'all might be laughing, saying, well, Jimmy, my goodness, why didn't you just get one that's already done? It's got AC on it, power steering, power brakes, the list goes on and on, power windows, blah 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 blah. Well, to me, the fun is, like I do it sometimes at night. I'll lay in the bed and I'll think, what color would you like to paint this, Jimmy? What do you think? What do you think, for example, these wheels look like? Or what? There's all kinds of endless possibilities. And I'm probably not making a bit of sense to y'all, not one lick of sense. But like all this stuff right here, that's just so cool, where it's got some dents knocked out of it. And I made all this myself, all this patina that you see, thin. You can see a little bit of teal. All this stuff here, all this stuff I made myself, trying to make it patina style. It was already that way before I got it. Where your boot or whatever might have. Who knows what this truck's done, or these trucks that's made this one. To make this one good truck, I'll call it. But it's a lot of fun, guys. And if I'm just trying to figure out, like I said in the beginning of the video, when did it get to this point? And people say, well, Patina's trucks they're all rust. No, they're not. Patina trucks are just like it says, patina. It's got wear on it, and people pay big money to have, this kind of stuff put on their trucks. They're, in my opinion, I mean, I've never been to Barrett Jackson or Mecum Auctions, but in my opinion, they just as good or better. I'd rather have one like this as one fully restored, and that's a God's truth. I'd rather have one like this fully, patina style, as one fully restored, because, I mean, I'm not afraid to do anything in this one. I'm really not. It's just, it's just a fun truck, and you know, to get out in, and you can go to a cruise in or whatever. But anyway, let me know when you start getting into, if you're like me, here's the question, and I'm going to end the video. When did you start noticing people gathering up square bodies or this body style? You know, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've walked by square bodies, drove them brand new, practically off the car lot, and you know, nothing. I didn't think a thing about it. Not one thing. I mean, yeah, it was new, but woohoo, big deal. I mean, it was nice, and it was nice to show everybody choosing. You're in a brand new Chevy square body truck, 1973, but you know, when the new wears off, you know, well, you know, a few years down the road, you know, 1980 rolls around, or 81, whatever, when the square headlight trucks come out. Oh, that's no round headlight truck. Nobody wants them. That's old. You don't have no money if you got one of them. You know, go get you a new square headlight. That's where it's at. You know, they're cool. I remember folks saying that. I do. Well, I've rode around with friends and, you know, going to car lots, just driving by them, say, you know, what do y'all think about the square headlights, round headlights? What do y'all think? Well, I'd rather have the new one, I guess. Anyway, I don't know if this video made any sense. It probably did not. But I thank you for watching the video anyway. And my name is Jimmy, if you ain't figured that out. I'm Jimmy. This is my YouTube channel name, Primered is Best. And if you'd like and subscribe to it, give me your thoughts on these old trucks and old cars. And do you think the younger generation in just a few years is going to be wanting these or not? I mean, I don't know. I'm also on Facebook, Primered is Best, Instagram, Primered is Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. Give me your thoughts and your predictions. The guy at the Captain D's, you know, my friend that was working on the Bronco, I told him, he said, do you have trouble finding parts? And I said, yes, I do. He said, I bet they're extra hard for the 66, right? And I said, yeah. I said, there's none around here in East Tennessee that I know of that you can go actually buy a part for. I mean, you know, yeah, you can buy whole junk trucks, but my goodness, they're, in my opinion, they're kind of outrageous. You know, I don't know. It's just trying to find a single part's kind of hard to find. I did see a set of those emblems there, those C10 emblems, that were on a marketplace for $60. They were used, $60 for both of them, which I thought was a good deal, because I gave more than that for them. But yeah, just do your homework and let me know. Give me your thoughts. I don't know if the new generation, like I have grandsons that's getting, you know, won't be long they'll be of driving age, and will they be wanting to drive something like this, or will they be wanting to drive a Ford Mustang if they still have them around, or whatever? I don't know. I just know, you know, that I enjoy this hobby, and if you do, let me know in the comments. I thank you for listening to me. I know this is a long video, but I want to give y'all a ride in each one of them. So, but you know, best I can. I tried to include y'all on everything that I do on this channel, Primered is Best. If you'd like and subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, would you? Let me know what you think. And I sure do hope that y'all's having a blessed day today. I'm so happy to be alive. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, has made a beautiful day today. This wind sure does feel good. It's hot, but the wind's blowing and it feels so good. I hope y'all stay safe. Please pray for others, and help those if you can. And whenever you can, get somebody a grocery. All these things I've mentioned, getting somebody a grocery buggy. That a lady needed a grocery buggy. We went and got her one at the grocery store. My wife and I did, and went to the gas station to fill up this car. And there was a gentleman in there that was handicapped, and my wife said, do you mind if I go pay for your gas for you? You know, of course he paid her, but he said, no, I appreciate it if you would. He was having a hard time, and I said, sir, can I pump your gas for you? So he just got to sit in his van. We went up to the gas station attendant, paid for his gas, with his money, and of course I would have paid for it myself, but Anyway, I filled up his tank for him, and he was so grateful. Oh my goodness, that man was grateful, because I could see he was going to have a struggle getting in and out. And anyway, that's another story. But anyway, my point is, help someone whenever you can. The Lord's watching you, and He's testing you to see how you do. Guys, we need to pass these tests that the Lord puts in front of us. I struggle with things on my mind now that I'm still struggling with. So anyway, pray for me, pray for others, and God bless each and every one of you guys. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this video made sense. Just give me your opinion, okay? I appreciate it, and y'all stay safe. God bless y'all. Catch you in the next one, guys. I'll see y'all later.